When people talk about leveling up into that next version of yourself, they often talk about buying into that new identity. And that's exactly what I did with this orange dress. I'm Diamond Davis, a content creator, strategist, and writer. And today I want to talk about how buying into the identity helps you step into that next level. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. All right, guys. So today this is more of just a story time kind of vibe. So last year, probably around March, I was on a call, like a webinar call with one of my mentors, and he had us go into a deep meditation, and we were supposed to see our higher selves. So when I saw this next level version of me, I had on this orange dress that I had seen from one of my favorite online shops. It's called Meshki. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't wear a lot of orange. I have just stepped into red the last few years because I met like a stylist and she said red will look amazing on you. Wear red. So I've worn more red, but I didn't really see me in orange. When I saw myself in that dress, I was like, okay, I guess that means I probably should buy that dress, but not yet because I'm definitely not her yet. That was like April. I would go on the website from time to time and see it there, but just never bought it because there was other things I wanted to buy, when I had extra money or whatever. And it just didn't seem like it was my dress yet. So then in November of last year, of 2025, I was doing some inner work healing around the church and growing up in the church because I had a lot of wounds around just how I was made to feel in church. Like I felt judged, I felt unsafe, I felt like there was just a lot of talking about people, and it just didn't really seem to be a holy place. It didn't feel safe, and I didn't feel like I could really be me, and I held a lot of resentment towards Christianity for that reason. And so when I'm doing this little inner work ritual or whatever, I'm sitting there on the church pew with baby Diamond because I stopped going to church when I was maybe like 11, 12 max. And I'm sitting there with baby Diamond and I'm just telling her like how she's enough, how she's safe now to be herself. She doesn't have to worry about being judged. She doesn't have to worry about being over sexualized. She can just exist, and she's not wrong. She's not bad. She's just existing, and that's okay. And so then I saw myself hugging baby Diamond. And when I started hugging that younger version of myself, if you've ever seen Steven Universe, do you know when they do the fusion dance? That's what basically happened. It was like I was hugging the younger version of me and we started spinning, and it was like the fusion dance that you see specifically Steven Universe do with his pink Steven. If you've seen it, I'm trying to put a little like clip or something, but it was so cute because like when in Steven Universe, when they are doing that fusion dance and they are dancing and becoming one, they're like laughing and they're having a great time. And that's what was happening with myself. And so once the fusion had completed, because that's what happens in Steven Universe, they dance until they basically fuse and become one. I was standing there in that orange dress and I said, oh, I hadn't thought about the orange dress in like months. So I said, all right, it's time to order it. It's not about like, because I have this dress, now I am that next level version of me or the higher level, version of me, but it's what that dress represents and how I've seen it time and time again. So I bought it. So about a week after I bought this dress, that was when I got that note from my mentor about not being successful enough yet, that not yet type of thinking. And when I tried on the dress, it looked beautiful. I loved it. But then I started noticing things about the dress that weren't quite perfect. Nothing bad or nothing wrong, but just I was like, oh, I'd prefer a dress that was more like this, or I would prefer a dress that was a little bit more like this. But it was still absolutely stunning. It made me think about how sometimes what we need to help step into that next level version is just the permission slip. Honestly, everything in life is a permission slip. we're just looking for permission slips. We're looking for permission to do certain things or to have certain things or to be certain things. And so it's fine that we need permission slips from time to time to feel worthy of certain things, but we have to be very careful about how many permission slips we need. And also just recognizing in that moment, sometimes it's like, you just need a permission slip. Even the whole New Year thing. I've been seeing people like, oh, technically the New Year starts in spring or the New Year starts in February. Da, da, da. None of it matters. It doesn't even matter when the New Year really starts, because at the end of the day, it's just a permission slip for you to do better. Whether you start that December 15th, February 25th, March 23rd, it doesn't matter. All of it is just a permission slip to step up. So for me, it was buying the dress that I thought would be a permission slip. And part of it was because I did get the realization that it's like, you were just buying into an identity. You didn't need the dress. You were already there. Nothing changed. You just now have this orange dress in your closet, but you already were inherently that next level version when you decided that you were. Sometimes the permission slip that we need is taking that course. Or the permission slip we need is our mom to say she approves. Or the permission slip that our religion tells us that this is right or this is the way to do something. Like, everybody needs permission slips. That's just a part of being the human experience. But it's being aware of all of these things just really being permission slips. You're looking for a reason. You're looking for a pass. You're looking for a slip, a permission slip for why you should be able to do what you really just want to do inherently, because that's who you are. That's who you truly, authentically are. So take the course, take the day off, buy the dress, buy the watch, but recognize that it's all just a permission slip for you to step into who you already know that you are, when you can just claim it fully now and get the thing too, of course. Sure, why not? But it's not about the thing itself. It's about the identity, and only you can give that to yourself. It can't be found in outside things. So yeah, embodiment is a decision. It's not a moment you earn. You can decide when you are embodied. You can decide when you are that next level version. You can decide when you are ready to step into who you know you're supposed to be. You don't need permission. You don't need that validation. But inevitably, we sometimes find ourselves falling into that, and that's okay. But just acknowledge, where are your actions really coming from, and where are your needs or desires for something coming from? Are they coming from a place of trying to prove something, or thinking that some external thing is going to give you that permission slip or that validation? It's never going to. Not fully, at least. But you may get the lesson like I did. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I absolutely love the orange dress. It's gorgeous. I wore it to the mayor's ball actually a couple weeks ago, and I got so many compliments. And yeah, it looked great. But it's still just a dress. And all the work that it takes for me to be that next level version of me was work that I did. The dress didn't do it. It was just a permission slip. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Tell me about your permission slips. Talk soon. Bye.